So I'm here with Rodrigo from The Division. Now, Rodrigo, I saw you having a look at my little bag, right?
Yes.
Now, this is for you if this interview goes well.
Oh.
If this interview goes well, you can put your hand in and you can pick anything you want from my sack of magic.
Okay.
Does that excite you? You look excited.
I'm very excited.
Let's hope this goes well then.
Yes.
So if an alien came down from space and didn't know anything about The Division, what would you say to him?
I would say it's a brand new experience, a new type of game for the new generation of consoles and PC. It's based on the Tom Clancy franchise, but it's a new take on that, where there are new agents, a new hero. There is a new scenario, which is a pandemic hitting New York, or actually worldwide, but the events that we're gonna play is based on New York. And the game itself is an online, open world, action RPG, cover-based. So you play together with friends, you go out in this mid-crisis world, where everything's gone to chaos, and you need to take back New York. That's what you need.
That's awesome. I mean, it sounds huge. How would you go about creating a game like this?
Sometimes I wonder that myself. No, it's a huge undertaking, because we're doing new technology at the same time on new platforms with new type of experiences. So this is our Massive's biggest game so far for Ubisoft, and what we have to do is build the basis of the game, the core, while at the same time building the like New York. We're doing a fairly huge game world, and the way we work is that we have the game running at all times, all the way from the beginning until now. It's been running, and we play the game every week, and then we see what's good, what's bad, what we need to change, and then we work on that. And now, like going into full production, nearing the alpha and beta and all of that, it's really getting along nicely. Really, and it's impressive to see. Every time I start the game, it's like incredible to see the amount of content, just the scale of it, and the fidelity of the game.
Does having it as a Tom Clancy game, is that having that name and that brand above you, is that a bit of a burden, or is it something, you know, it really makes you up your game?
So in the beginning, we were like what we wanted to do is take Tom Clancy and have RPG on it, and we thought like, yeah, we were not sure if that actually works even. But the more we looked at it, it's actually it became a strength for us. Tom Clancy stands for plausibility, realistic, clear and present danger, what people are afraid of right now. Like those are the current themes, and they're still very, very strong. Also for us, we went back to the roots of Tom Clancy with, instead of doing a military guy, we went for a civilian. It's civilians embedded in society that are trained specifically for this and given this technology, but they're still more relatable. And it's the same as the original books of Tom Clancy with Jack Ryan, which is a civilian guy that gets into all these situations. And then we needed to balance this with the RPG elements, where it's like, for example, we don't have dragons, we don't have giant spaceships, we have the real world, and how do we scale the game? So I think we found a perfect balance now, where we're very true to Clancy when it comes to the values, while at the same time we have a huge progression and a very deep gameplay, RPG gameplay.
So what is your favorite element of the game? So like anything, you know, that sets The Division apart from other games?
There are so many things, but I think one of the cooler things we have is the UI. Especially in an RPG type of game, where there is like normally bombarded by information, and it's very unimmersive when you fill the screen with 2D menus or things coming in front of you. We wanted to remove that. We wanted to give the information to the player in a smarter way, in a cooler way, in a world that is, in a way that's immersive, which is following the whole game. We want the whole game to be immersive. But the UI specifically, we put everything in world, remove this 2D layer that you have, because it's an immersion breaker. Every time you see like a map, for example, you put the map up and then it's stopping you from perceiving the world. Instead, we did the map that is around his legs, So the player that you see is actually looking around his feet to see the map. Yeah. That's just one example, and we have examples for you enter an area that has high contamination of the virus. You see an in-world text showcasing that, and also playing with sounds, playing with other types of effects to be able to show that. So I think that's my favorite feature, is how much we were able to push the UI and how good it has become, and it's a real part of the experience.
So if Black Friday hits and it happened in the real world, what would be your top tips for surviving? Would you grow a bigger beard than that? Bigger beard than me?
Most certainly I would. I would hide things there. I think, and actually there's a lot of people that are almost becoming preppers at the studio, because like when they start looking at this, like this could actually happen, and it's actually pretty scary being in a big city where nothing is produced in a city, everything comes from outside, and when that stops, what happens then? And there is no electricity and there is no water. So we learned a lot of tips already on like how to get water. So I already have a tip right now. Okay. Every bathroom has around 20 liters of water for in the flush thing. So if you need to survive, you go to the bathroom, and there's gonna be 20 liters of water everywhere.
That's actually a really good tip.
We heard that from a survivor guy. What else? Have sardines. Have the highest amount of proteins, and it takes little room.
So toilet water and sardines.
Yeah, that's a party. That's what you need.
Awesome. Well, okay. Well, I can't not let you have a little go on my side after giving me those survival tips. So if you close your eyes, you can put your hand in and pick out one thing, one surprise for yourself. What'd you get?
I got a double. No, I didn't.
You've picked. Oh no, that's one thing. What'd you get?
Nice. It's a skeleton tattoo. What is that? Ah, that's a temporary tattoos.
They're for you.
Thank you.
If next time I see you, I want to see you wearing those.
Oh, I will definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.